Do you love motherhood, but you also feel like you're drowning? Do you feed your kids organic fruit, but don't mind some screen time? Then this is the podcast for you. We are the Scrunchy Moms Club who like to keep it real and relatable about the roller coaster of motherhood. We aren't silky moms, we aren't crunchy moms, but we are scrunchy moms. Welcome back, Scrunchy Moms Club.
Hello.
We're doing a nighttime sesh.
Nighttime sesh.
Yes.
It's been a minute since we did one of these.
Yeah, and it's late. Like you
Yeah.
put your kids to bed late. Like that could never be.
I'm sorry, Miss 7:30, but it's really for a 3-year-old that's not late. I mean, a 3-year-old who still naps. They go to bed at 9. But yeah, the holidays, plus they're just getting older. Plus, the thing is, like, if they didn't nap, 9 o'clock would be a late bedtime. But they nap 2 hours a day. They sleep until 8. Like, I'm so lucky, so I can't say much. 9 o'clock is not that big of a deal, especially because I don't go to bed till like 11. It's been later lately, but so we sleep from like at least 11:30 to like I wake up at like 7:30 or 8. So like I can't complain. I know once they start going to like daycare and stuff, like they'll be forced to not sleep in until
Right.
For now, I'm not gonna jinx it. I was thinking about it today. Like, Gio is just like, and I know I've said this so many times, he is just like a unicorn of sleep. Like, the fact that he's going to be I'm not even going to speak it, but like, he's so good about it. Like his naps.
We'll talk again when you take him out of the crib.
I know. Well, that's what I mean. Like, why am I going to mess with it?
No, don't. Don't fix what ain't broke.
No, but even when he stayed with my parents, like he stayed a lot during the holiday. He stayed a lot, and they didn't have a crib. It was just like it was just like a bed, and he slept. So that's what made me be like, oh, maybe he's ready. But I'm like, nope. You know what?
He can do you, baby girl.
Like,
no,
why mess
I'm
with
such an advocate for staying in the crib for as long as you can. So
yeah, I was just looking at one of my mom blogs, and this woman she's like, has a 3-year-old still in the crib, but just had a baby. So she's like, should I just do the jump and like give the crib to the baby? And I was the only one that like, no, like get a pack and play, like keep him in the crib as long as possible, because especially with all that change with the baby, because that was when Gio started going through his like sleep regressions, is when like the new, the big change. Anyway, yeah, sorry, tangent, but like, yeah, crib. Yeah. I love.
No, just could never. I could no. Even like if Jonah did nap, I think my latest I would put him to bed is 8 o'clock, because I just need my time to veg and like watch my shows.
Well, also like Jonah, even though if he's like in the crib not sleeping, he's content. He's content, and Gio's like that too. Like, that's why I put Gio to bed first, because even if he's not like tired, he'll just stare up at the stars and like he just like is so good. But Julian is not like that, so that's why I have to literally just like stay. And I know I'm like reinforcing bad stuff because I like make sure he's asleep before I leave him. But if not, he just cries, and like I can't deal with that right now. Like, I know I'm gonna have to deal with it eventually, but like that's like
it's a later Savannah problem.
That's a future Savannah problem. But yeah, so he's a great sleeper, but he's not like a Gio. Gio is just like on another level.
Yeah.
But yes, I agree with the me time. Like, but like 9 o'clock, really, I'm sure some moms are rolling their eyes. Like, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's really not bad.
Just could never be me. That's all.
Yeah. Well,
you'll just a little bit. We're giving such Sabrina Carpenter vibes right now, especially with
my blush.
Your blush is like Carpenter. Like you. No, I love it. No. So you're not
also
watching
the ring light.
No. But even before you put the ring light on, I was like, Sabrina, is that you?
Oh, that wasn't even. That's
we have bed cam. Like, what's going on here?
Does she do her hair like this with the braids?
I don't know. Does she? I don't know. I feel like she would. Like, you're just giving off the vibes right now of like Sabrina.
Thanks. I mean, I have been like really loving the blush, but it's weird because I put this makeup on because the only time I have. So I knew we were going to record tonight, so I was like, okay, well, I have to have makeup on. Like, that's not a question. So the only time I have time to do makeup with 2 children is when they're sleeping. So I did this at like 1 o'clock. it's what, almost 10 o'clock.
And look
Like,
at
I'm
you.
telling you that
So gorgeous.
the one size, this is
I
a
bought I bought it. I bought
this is
it.
not a sponsor, but, like, if you wanna sponsor, please. Um, the
What's
one
it called? Say it
size
for the listeners.
it's the one size I don't know the wait, oh, it's in my bathroom. The one size setting spray. Everybody, if you know makeup, you know that. It's like pink it looks like hairspray. It is hairspray for your face.
Yeah.
And that just, when Lila and I went to Miami well, I always say Miami, when we did our little whore night out, I sprayed that on her face, and she was, like, amazed. Like,
Yeah.
literally super glue for your face.
Literally.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, so fun
another
fact
thing I wanna pivot really quick
yeah.
because I actually did wanna talk about it because, I was looking at our stats randomly today,
Oh,
and can I
okay.
tell you something?
Oh god. Okay.
No. We have a listener in Japan.
Wow, is it my grand just kidding. My mom's from Japan. I have some relatives there,
Yes,
but
she is.
they're all very old, and I don't think that's them. So, like, amazing.
Yeah, we have Canada, we have Brazil, Ukraine, France. Like,
France,
I
wow.
know, like, I'm shooketh.
Oh my
So I just, like, thought I
gosh.
would share and, like,
Is that on
if you're an
Spotify
international
specifically?
sorry?
Is that on Spotify
Just,
that you
like,
s
listeners, period.
yeah. Oh,
So
because 'cause I'm like,
just
I don't know if you can comment on leave a comment on Spotify, but wherever you are, like, slide in our DMs, leave a
oh my
comment. I
god,
wanna
like,
know.
international girlies, like, hello, we love you.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I just thought I would share, especially the Japan one, because that's your culture, those are your people,
Yeah.
so, yeah, so just thought that was a fun tidbit.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, um, that's enough dilly-dallying, I guess.
Okay. I'm here for the ride. I didn't know what's
Yeah,
happening.
well, today okay, so we're gonna have a story time, okay? It's story time for everybody and Scrunchy Moms
Story
Club.
time.
Yeah, story time with Lila and Savannah. Um,
But mostly Lila.
yeah, this episode is kind of all about me, so just Savannah who don't know her. But, she's here for support as she always is. But, yeah, so a little story time. Um, where should I begin? Maybe because I wanna tell this as a story rather than just say it, so okay.
Okay. Oh my
So
gosh.
I know I'm
We
being
have
really awkward
everyone
right
on
now.
pins and needles.
The suspense is killing everybody. So, kind of funny story. So, my sister gave birth in November, as we all know, and she had in the Jewish culture we have a bris, so it's the circumcision of the baby, and it's 8 days after the baby's born. His was a little bit later because he was jaundiced, and the levels were like we just had to wait for the levels to go down, and that's very common with little ones, as we know. So anyway, so we had the bris, and I go to this bris, right? So it's my second nephew, so exciting. I think I look like so beautiful. Like I'm wearing like this really nice dress. Um I even make it a little modest because I'm in a synagogue. I'm not, I'm not trying to show off anything. So I had plans to go to this bris, and then I had plans right after to go drinking around the world with all of you.
Yeah, that was that day.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, so I had a packed day, and then it was in Clearwater, so and then I drive 2 hours back to Orlando to go. So, yeah, your girl had a lot going on. And, anyway, so we go to the bris, and, I'm thinking I'm looking so beautiful, so classy, so
You
whatever.
probably were, so stop.
No, but just listen because 'cause I'm gonna tell the story. So I'm wearing like and it's not even like a bodycon dress, but I was wearing stockings to like, suck it all in because it was also a really cold day, whatever. So I go to the bris, and the first person to come up to me was my nephew, my oldest nephew, Henry. And he goes, "Oh, is there a baby in there?"
He's
And
7,
I'm
by
like
the
and I'm
way.
like, "He's 7," and also, like, his mom just had a baby for 9 months in her belly, so, like, I get it, and I was like, "No," but in my head, I'm like, "Thanks for, like, making me feel like crap about myself." And Amelia, my sister, was like, "Listen, Henry, you don't say that to women, like, please." But I forgave him because he's 7, you know?
Mhm.
Then, um, as the morning goes on, I have another couple of let's call them what they are. They were boomers, older women. Um,
I was
also
gonna use
asked
a
me,
different word, but okay, we'll call them boomers.
what were you gonna elderly? Or I don't even want
No.
to call them elderly, just of the older generation.
Mhm.
Is that the politically correct way to say it?
Yeah, I was just gonna say rude because nobody says that.
So anyway, these elderly of the elder generation also asked me if I was expecting. And like in my head, and like I go back to like, and I'm literally like, it's so awkward. I was just like, no, like I don't know what to say. Like, first of all, you just like don't ask. That's like one of
No,
the
there's
cardinal
so
sins.
many layers to, like, why you don't say that, like, you just never know what people gone through, like, one,
Correct.
if you're
You
not
don't know what
pregnant
they've gone through. I had a loss a few months before.
literally,
Like,
all of those things, and some of those
what if
people
I'm just
knew that.
bloated? I don't know. Like, it was just like so rude.
No, it's always
So
so rude. Everyone kno like, that's very yeah, like you
yeah,
said,
that's
there's
just
a
like one. I feel like that's one of the like you don't wear white to a wedding. You don't ask a woman if she's pregnant. I don't know. I don't even ask a woman who's 9 months pregnant if she's
oh,
pregnant
me
unless
too.
she says something. I will not comment on the
No,
belly.
same. Never. Like, she
I,
could literally be going to the hospital to be induced now. I will not say anything.
right, right. Like that's just like how I was raised, but I guess not every generation is like that. So, so I go back to my sister, who's with the baby. We're like in a separate room, like feeding him after the birth happens, and I'm like, God, Amelia, like everyone, like, do I just look like a heifer? Like, it's crazy. And she was very kind in the moment. She was like, I don't know, Lila, I just don't know. Like, she was just very like low key, and I'm like, okay. So, I leave that bris and I go drink around the world with you guys, and I had the best time. And I even like came at like the one of the first thing I said, I'm like, I'm fat, I'm ugly, and I'm stupid, because like I thought like like it didn't like terribly hurt my feelings, but it was just like it's not the best thing to hear about yourself, right?
No.
So so then whatever, I drink around the world, and like I made a joke to you guys, like being like, maybe I should take a pregnancy test because like everyone seems to think I'm pregnant. Like maybe I am.
I think it was, like, the Henry one that got you because kids are, like, very
No,
intuitive, and
kids are like so intuitive. Yeah.
people say that, like, that's how they knew they were pregnant because like, their younger child or what some random little kid, like so that's the one I think that made you, like not the
Yeah.
boomers, like, whatever.
Right. So then I get home at like 10 o'clock at night because like I think like we said the other episode that like we shut the park down. And I get home and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take a pregnancy test. Because also at this point I was 3 days late. But the thing is that's not so like out of pocket for me. Like sometimes I'm 3 days late, sometimes I'm 5 days late, sometimes I'm one, you know what I mean? Like it's not like an out of pocket thing.
Yeah.
So I take a pregnancy test and it turns out that I am indeed expecting.
The thing is, it's crazy though because it's like, you would not have been showing at that point, so, like, were these people just,
No,
like
it's so funny because like I really thought okay, so listen. So yes, I am indeed expecting, right? So yes, mazel, whatever. But obviously, like it was kind of a surprise ish, but like, I just like it was crazy. So I took the test and Sam was asleep and I just like nudge him and I'm like, hey,
"Hey, how
hey,
you
how
doing?"
y'all doing? I'm like, so I have a positive pregnancy test. And he's like, no, yeah, well, whatever. And then the next morning he wakes up and he's like, did I dream that? And I'm like, no, no, no. Like it's true. So, so yeah. So like so many layers, but I'll get to that in a moment. Right. So, so just like funny that like the whole world knew but me. And then I probably waited a few weeks to tell my sister. She was like, actually Savannah was the first person that I told outside of my
Okay, wait.
husband.
I was gonna ask you offline before and I forgot. I was like, "Can I say that I was the first person?" But, like, I don't know if you wanted people to know that, but I'm glad you said it because, like,
Well,
that I
she
wanna
was because there was a few reasons why. I mean, obviously because you're a wonderful, amazing friend to me, but also the next weekend we were going to Miami to Clearwater, or no, sorry, Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Some
For
city,
literally
Florida.
a girly, swirly drinking night,
Yeah, like, we're
like,
supposed to be drinking, living,
we're going
laughing,
to
loving.
Cooper's Hawk to drink. We're gonna drink at the concert, like, it would have been obvious. Like, I would
It would have
never
been
said
so obvious.
anything because I am classy and I'm not gonna say anything, but, like, I definitely would have been like, "Hmm."
Yeah, I know.
You coulda just
So
pulled, like, a I'm on an antibiotic thing, and then it woulda went over
no,
my head.
because, you know my ass, I still would have maybe had a sip or just one drink or something,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So that was, like, part of the reason why I told Savannah because, like, I was like, I think I told you in the car on the way. I was like, "By the way, like, the stick's barely wet or barely dry, but here we
You
are."
told me while I'm driving on the highway, but, like, the way you said it, I was just like, "Why are you telling me this right now? Like, how am I supposed to react?" Like,
I know. So, yeah, so then, like, instead of we still, like we had fun, we had sober fun, whatever.
yeah, I'm all about it. The thing about me is, like, with my acid reflux and my digestive issues, like, alcohol's not my friend anyway, so, like, I'm okay with, like, some Diet Cokes, and I got popcorn at the thing, and then we had cookies, like, I'm all about
Yeah, like, we were
PP,
just, like
time
yeah,
out, yeah,
we had
that's
we had a
totally
good
fine.
time. Anyway, so there was that, and then, yeah, so then I told my sister a few weeks later than that,
Mhm.
because I was at her house, and I don't know, she's my sister, I'm gonna tell her everything, and I wanted to be in person, and I told her, and as sisters do, and I'm calling her ass out for this, sorry, Amelia, but, like, she was like, "Yeah, like, I didn't wanna say it that day, but that dress really wasn't flattering." 'Cause my sister's, like, a very opinionated human being, and I was like, "Amelia, I really was like I was feeling myself that day. Am I so delusional
I
that,
really
like"
wish you took a picture because I
I know
wanted
I
to
took
see.
no pictures of myself at this
Did
bris.
you burn the dress?
No, I like the dress a
Good,
lot.
good, good,
Like,
you
it's
should keep
really
it.
so crazy, and she's like, "Yeah, I didn't wanna say it that" I said, "Yeah, because if you would've said it the day of, I would've punched you in the face on the day of your son's bris, and that wouldn't have been good."
Yeah.
So thank you for not saying anything the day of. Because I was already, like, a little heightened from all of that,
Yes, yes,
action.
yes.
So yeah, so yes, I'm pregnant, and it's been I'm almost out of my first trimester, so I feel a little more comfy with the
Yeah.
idea of talking about it. I've actually been a lot more hush hush this time around. There's obviously lots of layers to that because obviously I have a history of loss, and I really just wanted to make sure everything was okay before, saying anything. And I have 2 appointments under my belt, and I'm just a super high risk girly, which we'll get to that in a second too.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, pregnancy after loss, no fucking joke. Let me tell you, like, it's rough out here. And I think I did a lot better than I thought I was going to, but I still have my moment. You were my soundboard for a bit there, and how do you think I did? Because,
Oh
like,
my
I don't
god, no, I think you did amazing. I think from your the moment the miscarriage happened, that was my worry for you, was, like, it's gonna be so hard when you get pregnant because not only is pregnancy after loss hard, but you have pregnancy after having a traumatic pregnancy slash birth slash all the things you went through is hard. So you have that double, like you haven't experienced a normal, So I was really nervous about that. But honestly, like, and I'm not even, I would be honest. You're
I
handling it even when you told me and like you've mentioned, I'm gonna mention a lot, I was the first person that knew. So, well, not besides Sam.
yeah.
Um, no, like I was like, "How are you this calm?" Like, you've been so, like, because when you told me, I was like, "Okay, are we celebrating? Are we excited?" And you're like, "We're cautiously
I was
optimistic,
yeah,
like,
I like
neutral."
my yeah, neutral was like my word. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just neutral. And I'm like now just kind of starting to like inch my way to
Yeah,
excitement, but it's taking a
that's
bit.
totally normal. But no, like, I don't know how you've been so calm. You've
I
been
know, Lexapro.
Yeah, right. Like, oh my
That's
gosh,
not me, Lexapro.
yeah, you've set, like, really good boundaries for yourself. I'm sure you'll, like, talk about all the things. But 'cause, like, even when you got pregnant with the twins, like, even those few weeks, you were
I was beyond.
you were beyond like anxious, on edge. Like you wouldn't take anything, you wouldn't drink anything, you wouldn't eat, and like so nervous that something was going to go wrong, and then something went wrong, which I think maybe just showed you like you can do everything right and something still go wrong. So like, what does it fucking matter? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's why those first 3 months are so hard, because one, there's nothing you can do. Like even if you got into the doctor a week early, there's nothing they could do at that point. They can't save the
That
baby.
Yeah, so that was like a thing. So thanks for bringing that up. Um so I found out probably at like 5 weeks. So I had just missed I was 3 days late of my period. So I found out much later than I did my other 2 pregnancies, which actually was kind of cool, because
Yeah,
I wasn't.
it sucks to find out so early, because then you're just like,
I know,
no
and
doctor
with
will
Jonah
see
and with the
you.
twins, that's what happened with me. I found out at like 3 weeks.
I did too,
But
yeah.
yeah, and it's terrible. So I'm really glad that I waited to miss my period to test. And that was, I think, the first step of like that anxiety, because it's like, okay, like I'm 5, almost 6 weeks. Cool.
Yep.
So so there was that. And obviously I immediately call the doctor and I'm like, hello, hi. This is my history. When can I get in? I thought they would get me in sooner, but it's the month of December. And guess what? Everybody's trying to hit their deductible, or everybody has hit their deductible and they want to get like last minute appointments in, or whatever it may be. Right. And also the holidays, like to be newly pregnant in December was kind of, I gave birth in December, which also sucked. So now like being newly pregnant, like I'm experiencing both sides of it. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, so I harassed these people. Like I was like, when they didn't want to see me until 10 weeks. And I was like, that's insanity.
Yeah.
Especially with my history of loss and the congenital
Yeah.
heart of it all. Like just
You lost last time at how many weeks? It was
one twin was 7 weeks and the other one was 8.
yeah, so yeah.
So I just like, I don't know. But so we were able, like I called like every few days, and I actually had like a really nice lady who would think of me and like be like, okay, we got one December 31st. Okay, now we have one the 27th. Like,
Yeah,
so
you kept like inching up. Yeah.
yeah, I kept inching up and up. So I ended up going at about 7.5 weeks, almost 8 weeks. Yeah, I was like just about 8 weeks when I went. And I was like, okay, like I can handle that. So that appointment was crazy because I just was so like
So
I was
nervous.
fine up until the day of that appointment.
Yeah, you really were. You really
Yeah,
were
like I was
very
okay. I'm like, okay, like it is like I was like 1 week, okay, I have 5 days, okay, I have like
Yeah.
okay. Like you kept being like, look at you, like see, you only have this many days. Like it was, yeah, that was helpful. And then the day of, like I did not want to speak to anyone. Like and my appointment was not till 3:30 p.m. of
No,
course as well.
the worst.
So like all day long I'm literally sitting on my couch like debilitatingly anxious. And my mother-in-law came to help out because she knew, like I told her as well because I needed her to watch Jonah, and it just like
Mhm.
and also I love my mother-in-law, I'll tell her whatever as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, and Sam came with me to that appointment, thank God.
Thank God.
Yeah, so I was like just really like not, and actually that was also the week, that 7.5, 8 week mark where my symptoms like hit me like a truck.
Yeah.
I did not go to the Christmas Eves, like I said in the other episode, because I was not sick. I was sick, like pregnancy sick. Like it hit me like a ton of bricks. Because I remember telling Savannah, I'm like, I'm doing great. Like,
Well, and I
so
remember
over it.
that was why you were a little anxious, because you're like, I just
Right.
don't feel like I'm pregnant. And I was like, yeah, but you have to realize like your last pregnancy was twins. That was like double. That's why you were literally like out
Yeah, I
for
was
the
out for the
count.
count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
every
it was like
pregnancy is different.
yeah, it was like really crazy. I was feeling so good up until that 8th week. And then like everything, like 7, 8, like it's like right at that halfway mark.
Mhm.
Anyway, so yeah, that doctor's appointment, and then I had the nicest midwife in the universe, and and he like knew my history already, like walked in being like, I know you, I got you, like we're,
You need to like
and
request him. He sounds amazing.
no, he's amazing. But the thing is, he's on the other side of town. It just like sucks. But like,
Oh,
and I asked him if he goes to like the office closer to me, and he was like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll see. And I'm also just like taking what I can get.
at this
Yeah.
point, yeah, for sure.
Right. So then, yes, we go to that appointment. And thank goodness everything's okay. So I was measuring at like pretty much like a couple days behind, but yeah. So um we saw the heartbeat and all that, and
And he like
it was just like,
immediately told you that, I think you said.
yes, he was very good at telling me immediately. Because I remember just like laying on the table, like obviously probe up my vag and like
Butt clenched. Like just
yeah, and just like await, you know what I mean? Because like that, I think that trauma in itself is like, for me, what happened was, and if you go back to my miscarriage episode, it's obviously detailed there, but the pause, it was the pause for me. Like when they told me my pregnancy wasn't viable anymore, it was just the longest silence
hmm
ever. And then at this appointment that I just went to, now I'm just going to tell each appointment, tell me immediately when there's a
Yeah.
heart. Like
And
that's all
I
I need.
I think that's so relatable to all other women who've experienced either that ultrasound appointment you're talking about or like catching something at the anatomy scan. Like all the ones I've heard of is it's just silent and like something's wrong when they're silent. But it's
I mean,
like
that happened when Jonah wasn't growing either. Like they were just like my chatty stenographer was not chatty, and I was
yeah.
like, something's up. So yeah, so that it's been helpful to advocate for myself, and be like, no,
No,
tell
that's
me right
so
away.
amazing. Like you've told me you do that and now if I ever get pregnant again, I'm gonna do that too. Like I like this, I don't like this. Like why not? Like what is my
Yeah,
insurance paying for, Like
right.
the worst you can say is
So
fuck off and not do it, but
yeah, which I don't think they would. So no,
no.
that was a relief, and yeah, and it's just been, yeah, ever since Christmas week. Whew, your girl has not been well. The first try has tried me.
Yeah, but I feel
um,
like still you're not well, I guess you didn't throw up with Jonah either, but like
no, I have not thrown up. Just for me, it's like this time it's like the smells and the aversions are really
yeah, you just like
strong.
don't want to eat. Like
I do not,
just
yeah, my appetite is like actually nothing. And like when I do eat, it's very bland. Like I only want cereal, I only want bagels with butter. And
carbs.
yeah, I'll have a smoothie just to like get some like fruit and vegetables in. But no, I don't want any like, and the smells. So like when Sam makes fish, it's just
Yeah.
like so god awful.
Dinner is hard. It's always
Hard.
subversive for pregnant women because it's all the spices and the smells and the meats and the ooh,
No, but it was, I mean, I told you about the turkey bacon incident where, did I tell you about
turkey
that?
bacon gate. Yeah, was
Oh
that
my
he was
God.
making it for breakfast?
He was making it for breakfast, and I was like, this is like kind of the most disrespectful thing you've ever done to me in your entire life. Like it was the smell, like, and I love turkey bacon, but the
Yeah.
smell of it was so heinous. I opened up all the windows and like, cause he was like, do you want me to light a candle? I go, no, then it's gonna be turkey bacon candle. No.
Yeah.
So
You
no, it's
said that
just like a
about a
little.
couple of Sam's smelly smells have like you used to tolerate and now you just can't.
No, I can't. Yeah, no, the smells have really, or like, yeah, if Jonah's diaper trash,
Mm.
like, is like, I can't, like, nope, take it out. And now the cat litter, I can't touch it anymore, obviously. And like, if it's even a little, I'm like, Sam, nope, like, I have to remind him because that used to be my job. So now it's his and he loves it so much. But yeah, so yeah, definitely like the aversions, the smells, the fatigue. But then, like, guess what? I have a toddler. So
I know
it's
it's
like,
hard to tell like if the fatigue hits you extra hard, you like when it's not your first pregnancy or because like you have to actually like you can't take a nap whenever you want. You have to wake up and like take your toddler here and there and
no, it's
entertain them.
so, I know. And like today, for instance, like I just felt like such a sack of shit. Like
Uh,
he had ABA. I picked him up. but during his ABA, I was like cleaning. I went on like a cleaning binge today. And then I picked him up. We went to the park for like an hour, and then we came home and I just laid on the couch and like didn't move. Like, and he just like entertained him. I made him dinner and all that, but it was just like I was like, nothing is happening this afternoon. And I feel bad. Like, it makes me feel like such a shit mom,
I
which
know. Yeah, the
I
guilt.
know, like, and I know, like, I'm sure, like, people who are, like, moms who are pregnant with, like, multiple children as well, like, can relate. But yeah, I just feel so, like, and obviously, like, Sam, like, he's working, he's doing his thing. My mother-in-law is, like, kind of coming back into commission, like, slowly. Yeah, so it's been, like, I feel very guilty that, like, I'm just kind of, like, surviving
Mm-hmm.
and, like, just kind of letting Jonah, as long as he's not, like, falling and, breaking his head, like, I'm
Yeah.
cool with whatever he's doing.
I feel like
Like,
during the
did
week
you feel that
because
way?
yeah, oh my God, yeah. Yeah, I think like you said, the guilt really got to me because I definitely had to like increase screen time and
Yeah.
do all these things because like there's just only so much I can take and like you need a break. And like I said, your first pregnancy, you could go take a nap in the middle of the day if you wanted to and like sleep until 11 if you wanted to, but like you don't have that luxury when you have other children. So yeah, I felt guilty about it, but then I would talk to like you guys or other moms and they'd be like, bitch, like it's fine, you
I
know?
know, it's like, I'm also really trying to give myself that grace of, like,
Yeah, giving yourself
I'm
grace.
I'm growing a human being, my blood is working twice as much, like, all the things, and trying to be like, "Okay, like, at least I took him to the park," I don't know, like,
Yeah, and he gets, like, intensive ABA, like, he works hard during the day,
I
like
know, and that's kind of like my way of, like, coping with it too. I'm like, "Yeah, he works really hard, like, 5 hours a day, so
yeah,
if he wants to just, like, come home and stim and play and watch TV, then so be it for right now until I
yeah,
get kind of out of this," which I feel like I'm kind of on the up, like,
yeah,
I am, but, I I mean, I feel like I'm good in the morning, and then it's the afternoon, like, I'm just, like,
mhm,
completely wiped by the afternoon, and that's when he comes home, so
yeah,
it's
and
been tough in that regard.
it's hard, and I remember I felt really guilty too because, like, when I got pregnant with Julian, Gio was 11 months old, so I
Right.
felt like, "Wow, this boy hasn't even lived, and now, like, his whole next year of his life is just gonna be like, I can't fully be his mom because I, like well, one, I am super anxious about this pregnancy, I have all these symptoms and all this stuff, so, like, I felt really guilty about that, plus I wanna sit and take it easy, and yeah, I felt really guilty about that because
I know, because I also think, I don't know, for me, the last when I was pregnant with Jonah, I was high risk. I'm obviously high risk right now,
oh, yeah, we'll get into
and
that.
yeah, I guess we'll get into that. So, I'm high risk not only because of the Jonah of it all, aka all the congenital heart defects that he has, but the midwife that I had this last time, like,
Well, are
w
you considered wait, backtrack. Are you also considered high risk because of your history of loss, or that wouldn't put you at high risk? Like, is
I
that a thing?
it wasn't part of my diagnosis list.
Oh, you have a list. Okay.
I do. Yes. So my list is history of congenital heart defects. Because I will be turning 35 during my pregnancy, I am now advanced maternal age, AMA.
That's what they call it now instead of the
Instead of geriatric.
geriatric.
Yeah. They call it advanced maternal age.
That's even worse, I feel like.
No,
Adv
like, just call me an old bitch. Like, like,
but you're not. People are literally having
no,
babies
it's
at, like,
so
45. It's
it's
crazy.
literally, like, it's so crazy that at 35, this is what it is. But yeah, so I'm congenital heart. I'm advanced maternal age. I am my BMI is now an issue, which, like, yeah, am I overweight? Absolutely. But am I like 600 pounds? No. Like, I don't know. And this woman mentioned it 3 times, my damn BMI. And I'm like, no other doctor has. Like,
Was she, like, a little skinny mini?
she was a skinny mini, bitch.
She sounds like a bitch.
So she's like, that's a risk too. And then the other thing
Oh,
that was Yeah, and then the other thing that was crazy is because I'm on Lexapro, I it's called fetal drug exposure, which is kind of crazy because the midwife before that I saw before, which I told you that I loved, he was like, "Girl, stay on your Lexapro. We'd rather you be like mentally healthy than not."
Yeah, the risks and benefits, like, it
Yeah,
outweighs.
that's what
Yeah.
he literally was like, "Girl, like stay on it and live your life." But she was like, "Oh, like we have to get testing for that because yeah, it's like fetal drug exposure." So I am a fat old drug addict who has congenital heart history as well. So that's my list of diagnoses. Um but it's crazy because Lexapro is an SSRI. It's not like a stimulant or like a controlled substance.
Oh, and
Like it's
many
just
pregnant women stay on it because, like you said, like,
so
it's
many pregnant women are on antidepressants.
so many. So
I'm
I
gonna
don't
ask my other friends who have been because that is outrageous in my opinion.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't
But the
know
fact that,
either.
like,
I
no
think she
other
was just mean.
doctor or midwife said anything, like, I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah. Well, I go see like the doctor that I like know and love next time. So yeah, so I have all that. So and then I also am seeing high risk in 2 weeks and then I see so I think right now like for right now I have a appointment every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I feel
Uh
like in the beginning, you were like, "Oh, when is the next appointment gonna happen? It's taking forever." And I feel like at some point you're gonna be like, "Oh, I don't wanna go back to the effing doctor,"
I
because you're
know,
just
like,
gonna
now
be
that
there all the
things are,
time.
things are in a good place, then
Which is
yeah, now
good, yeah,
everything's
it's good to
which
be
I'm
extra monitored, but
yes,
as we as
I'm
we
so
know,
happy I'm being
it's no.
monitored, but it's yeah, I just it's a lot, but I'm happy, obviously, this is what I wanted, I did want another child, it's just yeah, I know it's gonna be quite a few hoops to because not only that yeah, I'm gonna be seeing high risk, and then I'm gonna be seeing cardiology, and, so I'm going to a lot of specialists and things of that nature, but it's all for the greater good. So, and obviously I know so much more now than I did my first pregnancy, so I can
Which is,
advocate
like,
and
good and bad.
it
Like
is good and bad,
mhm.
truly, truly.
Sometimes the ignorance is bliss in the sense of, like, you didn't know, like, these things could happen, but you're doing it the right way and, like, using it to advocate and, so in that way, it's good, but
Yeah,
it fucks with your brain, that's for sure.
it will. And yeah, I might be a hot mess for the next 7, 8 months.
No,
So
you've
if I
really
am,
been good, though. You've really
thank you. And I think also it's like I have a really good therapist. So I've upped my therapy obviously like through all of this because yeah, your girl needs help and if
yeah.
you help during it then do that too, please. Like I'm such a therapy advocate. Um yeah, cuz I truly feel like I was ready. Like I was kind of surprised how soon I was ready to try again after my miscarriage because it really had only been like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
August,
I
September.
guess.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
And but I kind of like I remember like turning to Sam like one day I think it was like Halloween time or whatever and I was like, "I think I like might be ready like, if you are." And he's like, "Well," he's like, "I'm always ready."
Yeah, the men are like, "Hey,
It's like raw dogging, let's do it.
don't gotta you don't gotta ask me
Don't
twice.
gotta ask him twice.
Pants are already off."
Yeah, so it was just kind of like, yeah, like it was like this weird light bulb where I was like, I'm okay. But I think it's obviously, yeah, all the EMDR I've been doing and the
Yeah.
therapy and just the healing that I truly did after my miscarriage that I haven't done any other time before. So
Yeah, I think it's different for everyone, like, how they handle that
I thought it
loss.
would be so much longer. I thought I would be like
Yeah.
a year, but
Well, and
like, no,
some
I
people
was like,
wanna get pregnant right away, like, there's no right or wrong,
there is
everybody's
no right or
different.
wrong. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure. But it's no joke. I will say, yeah, because like all the trauma does come back, but then it's like, okay, like what coping skills have
Yeah,
I
no.
um
Learned, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I was like, what's the word? Yeah, my brain is like completely mush too. Yeah, what coping skills have I learned? How am I going to utilize them? And on top of medication, on top of other things. So, yeah, the antidepressant EMDR, it's a
Little
good
cocktail
combo.
combo.
It's a really great cocktail. Follow me for more tips. Yeah, so those are my symptoms were basically just the fatigue, um the smells, the also like the saliva in my mouth. Like I'm not nauseous, but
Oh,
like
uh-huh.
the increased saliva
You didn't have that
that
with
kind of stopped.
Jonah?
No, I didn't. I
Oh.
can't believe like how good I had it with Jonah. Like I was, and I acne. That is
Mm.
the other thing. I did a really good job at covering up all of it just now. But let me tell, I've had like 2 pimples on my lip. I've had like I I I am blessed and I'm a unicorn in this regard where I don't like I break out like maybe once a
You have really
quarter.
good skin, you have really good skin.
Yeah, and I have a really good skin routine. I'm very like regimented about it. So the fact that like there's literally nothing I can do because I'm just like hella hormonal, obviously. Yeah,
But
I
that's why
just
you think it's a girl this time, right? I mean, you don't know the gender yet, but
I don't
you're
know the gender yet.
thinking because of the
Yeah,
that's
she's
different.
he, she, they, them. I don't know. They're sucking my beauty out. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, even like my eyebrow, like I've had pimples everywhere. It's like really, really crazy. So the acne for sure has been quite a symptom. And
What about, like, have you been constipated?
no,
See, like, my second
isn't that
time
weird? I've
my
been the other way. I've had more diarrhea.
yeah, it's weird. My second pregnancy was my digestion was a lot better with my like, with Geo, like, poop, never. Like,
Yeah.
it was so bad. But yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Every pregnancy's different.
Every pregnancy is so different. Yeah, so that was kinda crazy. And the thing is too, like, it's funny, I was talking to my sister before we recorded, and, well, the Jewish culture in general, we're a very superstitious people. So we typically don't announce like, we don't like to sell especially, like, around babies and pregnancy and stuff, like we do not have baby showers because we don't like to celebrate the baby until they're born. And sometimes people do like that's what a bris is, and also like for a girl we do like a baby naming, and or some people do I don't want to call it a meet and greet, like something I forget the name of what
Oh,
it's called.
it's like a sip and see
Sip
sort of
and see,
thing
correct. Yeah, yeah,
after
yeah.
the
So
baby, yeah.
I know like some people do things like that. So instead of a baby shower
They do it after.
before, it's the
Mhm.
sip and see maybe like a month after the baby's born, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, so yeah, that's like the first
Well,
thing. And
'cause
then like we
some people, like, they don't even buy any baby stuff until after the baby's
correct. We
born, right?
don't buy baby things. Or like if you do, it cannot be in the
Your
room that the
house.
baby
Oh,
is
okay.
like gonna be in. Yeah. So, yeah, that we're just a very superstitious people. And also like we just don't like we don't some people do, but I'm it's funny, like, I'm gonna, like, announce my pregnancy on a podcast where literally the entire world can listen, but I'm not gonna announce it on social media.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not.
you didn't even really with
I
Jonah,
did
like,
it for
barely at
Jonah,
all.
no.
Yeah.
And, I like it that way because almost everybody that needs to know knows. I still have a few people, loose ends, that I haven't told yet, which is why this episode's gonna come out
Yeah, you have a
in
few
a
weeks.
couple more weeks.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so and I wanted to start yapping. Like
I
that's what's
know, it
been
was
the hardest for me is that I haven't been able to yap and yap and yap about this.
well, because it's like a motherhood podcast, and you can't talk about, like, the giant elephant in the room, so it
Exactly.
would've been
And like
hard.
now all the content, you know what I mean? So
So
it
much content.
I know, like
Not to
thank
make it
you.
about me, but
Again,
that was my first.
well that and I'm carrying the podcast on my back. Look at me again. Like
Yeah, carrying something in your belly and on your back. I mean, I can't
literally.
imagine.
So yeah, so that's like what I find so funny is that like I'm not going to announce it like social media, but will I announce it on my podcast where the entire world can listen? Yes. So
It's
it's just
different.
funny. Yeah. So, yeah, so it's definitely been a journey, but I'm inching more towards excitement and, I'm getting the NIPT and all that, and I mean, I will update with gender when I know.
You just did the blood work, right? Is that what
Yeah.
you yeah. That's good.
So,
That takes forever to come back, like, I just remember.
yeah. Yeah, mine was, like, about a couple weeks with Jonah, I think I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did they
and I
go
think I
over
wanna do something cute this time. Like, I
Oh,
think I
really?
like, not a reveal by any means, but just, like, an intimate one, like, me and Sam, and, like, maybe, like, open up a cookie, like, and
I
take a
do think
video
the
of
cake
it.
ones I mean, they're so overdone now, but they are cute. The cake ones with the you put the wine
N
glass.
I don't wanna do that, no.
Oh,
I
I
just
think
want a
that's cute.
cookie, and we open it, and
Yeah, or you
that's
can
it.
have, like, Jonah bite into a cupcake and, like, you can include him. Like, I've
Yeah,
seen
no, he will be included in this,
yeah,
yeah,
but I'm saying
and
have
just,
him
like
bite into it, and then you can see.
actually, I didn't think about Jonah, but that's a really cute idea.
I've seen that with, like, people who have kids already.
Yeah. So, so that's yeah, I wanted because like, with Jonah, we just, like, read it on the portal, and we're like,
Yeah, same.
"Okay, the
I'm
male
way
fetus."
I'm I'm way too anxious. I'm like, "Nope, I gotta look."
No, like, I this time I do wanna, like, do something a little special, so, and we have Jonah, and he loves a cookie, and I love a cookie, so I'm not a cake girl, I'm more of a cookie girl, so,
Yeah.
um, yeah, so I
I
wanna
wonder if
do
Crumble Cookie would, like, do I'm sure if you like, they would do
well, there's
something.
another baker that I wanna use who, like, is a local girl
Oh,
who I
cute.
follow on
Okay.
Instagram, so I like to support a small business.
Oh,
Crumble is
they're
big
fine. They're doing fine. They don't need you. I
yeah,
know,
they're
but
big
I know you love them.
no, I do love Crumble, but no, I wanted to support, a local business, so, because 'cause I'm just such a supporter and advocate of that. Yeah, so yeah, so lots to look f like, when we were saying in the season opener that there's lots to look forward to, this is what we meant.
Yeah.
So, God willing, that,
Yeah, I feel like we have
um
so much now more episodes to film, like all of the pregnancy, postpartum. We could do we did like favorite baby items. Like we should do one like favorite pregnancy must-haves, postpartum must-haves, like as you
right.
prepare like your hospital bag. Like there's just so much content.
Yeah. I know, like, even, like, with my sister having a baby, even from 3 years ago, the baby products are different. Like, it is so crazy how evolved the baby market becomes,
I know.
and so innovative, and so yeah, it's really I mean, I'm sure my sister was shell-shocked with 7.5 years of a
Oh,
difference, but
yeah, I can't even imagine. But yeah,
yeah,
or like all the rules, there just keeps new rules. You
right.
can't do this. We'll do that. Oh, these are bad for you. Like this is related to SIDS now. Like so many things.
So many things, yeah, so yeah. So it's been a journey, but we're all on this journey together, Scrunchy Moms Club. Now now that I have exposed it to the world, you guys are a part of it with me. So, yeah, it feels scary to talk about and put out there, but
But
it's
also
good.
probably a little liberating
No, like
too.
I said, like, the fact that I haven't been able to talk about this is crazy because
Yeah.
all I do is yap, and all I do is, like, I can't keep a secret about myself. That's so
No,
crazy.
you can't.
So that, like, even me, like, waiting so long to tell a lot of people was crazy.
Yeah.
And I also well, the cool thing is I'm like 2 weeks from my sister-in-law, like, we're 2 weeks apart, our due dates.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know, it's just so exciting, obviously.
So exciting.
Yeah, like, what could be better than having, like, twin, like, cousins,
Cousins
you know?
literally the same age.
Yeah,
Oh
like,
my gosh.
ugh,
It's gonna be the
Baruch
best.
Hashem, what a blessing, really. So, yeah, very excited for Renee and I. Um, yeah.
I bet
So
she was super excited.
I know, and I, like, gave her her moment. I was like, "Let me give her a few weeks of, like, her time to shine, and then, like, let me come bulldoze over it." Actually, me too, biatch. No, but she's so excited because like, now we can, like, go through this journey together.
That's so
So,
exciting.
yeah. Shout out Renee. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to chat about the
Mhm.
first trimester. It sucks ass, guys. It's
Yeah.
really
Yeah, I
terrible.
think that was my point I was saying was, like, the first 3 months are so hard because there's literally nothing you can do. Everything is out of your control. Like, even if something was going wrong, you can't feel them yet, so you don't know if something's
Right.
going wrong. I mean, unless you're literally, like, hemorrhaging blood in the toilet,
Right.
but there's like, you could be carrying a dead fetus,
But
you have no idea.
that's where my anxiety really came from, is that I was carrying 2 dead fetuses for 2.5, almost 3 weeks, and I had no idea the last time.
And you had,
And
like,
then
all the symptoms, and you were doing
I
everything
still I
right.
still
You weren't
felt very
taking
much
any
pregnant.
medication, you weren't doing this, that. That's the thing, so I feel like this has made you
Yeah.
realize, like, I did all
I
the
think
things right and still, like, you're not in control in those first 3
guess
months.
what? Nothing matters.
Yeah, but I think that's why also the first trimester is so hard because, like, that's the trimester you're not supposed to tell anybody, but it's the trimester you're, like, so isolated, so it's like,
So isolated.
yeah, like, I don't like that rule, like, don't tell anybody, like, I
I do
think
and
you
I
said your
don't. I
therapist
do.
said, like, you need to tell, like, someone, you need to tell some
Yeah,
people.
yeah, that was her thing. She was like, "Tell one person at least, and then go from there." Like, so Savannah was my one, and then I told, like, my mother-in-law and my sister, and they were, like, the only
Yeah,
ones that knew
slowly,
for a
like,
while.
trickled, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I, like, slowly, and then after that first appointment, I was like, "Okay, maybe I'll tell another friend," and then after the second appointment, now I've really kind of told a few more. So, yeah, so I'm, like, slowly, but, yeah, for me, it's just, like, a one appointment at a time type of deal, and, um, yeah, it's so hard the first trimester.
In
It really
all
is.
aspects,
Yeah.
mentally, physically,
Also, did
emotionally.
you feel like you showed quicker in your second pregnancy?
Oh, a bajillion, yes,
'Cause
1,000%.
I definitely, like, feel rounder. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
you are
like,
showing, yeah, I've seen you.
not like show.
Mm,
Relax.
no,
What, you
but
think
you
I'm
have
fat?
oh my god. I thought you would have liked that, never mind, you're skinny bitch.
It's funny, I still haven't gained weight though, and that's so weird because like, my with Jonah's pregnancy, I gained, like, 10 pounds my first trimester.
Yeah, didn't you have like, one of the midwives tell you, like,
Yeah, she was
you've
like, "You need
already
to slow
gained your
down."
weight for the month or so it's like, "You're only supposed to gain 15 pounds this month," and, like, it's the 5th and you've already gained
I know, which, like, is so crazy. Yeah, so it's real well, also, like, this pregnancy too, I'm, like, a little I wanna say that I'm being more intentional with what I'm putting in my body, but I'm not, like, in this mentality of, like, "I'm gonna eat whatever I want," like I was with Jonah and then gain 60
Yeah, I
pounds.
did the same with Gio. Yeah, don't do
Yeah.
that, but you do need
No.
to, like, stop the Coke.
Coca-Cola, guys, not Coke. No, I have switched to Coke Zero, thank you very much.
Good. I mean, yeah, no, that's so much better.
Okay, yeah, I was like, "You have something to say
Yeah,
about Coke Zero?"
I mean, I'm sure there are gonna be crunchy people saying, like, soda in general is bad, but if
Okay,
you're
but
gonna do
listen,
it
coffee I mean, I am such an avid coffee drinker. Coffee makes me sick.
oh, yeah, you
Like,
need
the
some sort of
smell oh, yeah, that's
caffeine.
the other thing, like, Sam cannot have hot coffee anymore because the smell of it is awful,
Yeah, coffee's a big one for a lot of pregnant people.
which with Jonah was not like that for me, so
You
that's what's
know,
like,
I still
no,
needed
I
my coffee.
cannot. And, yeah, so soda has been my vice for caffeine. I need some caffeine, I do. Sorry, like, come
And
for me,
sugar,
crunchy
like, you do
people.
need sugar, but,
Yeah.
yeah, you
No,
just
and
kinda have to
I think everybody knows how much I love a fountain soda. Um, so
yeah.
I was
It's
drinking Coca-Cola, like regular Coke, but now I have switched to the Coke Zero because it is kind of like, yeah, I just need one and they're the mini cans too. They're not even the full size, like
I do, especially when I got diagnosed with gestational diabetes, like, that was the only thing I could have, like, that was the only treat I could have, so I still
right.
drink soda, Coke
Yeah,
Zero, but, yeah, just, like, you definitely need to up your protein, though, like, with all the carbs, just, like, up
I
your
know.
protein because,
Which that's yeah, so I've been making a smoothie every day and it has protein powder in it. So like
good, good, good.
and it has spinach and all the things in it.
Yeah.
So I at least have one smoothie a day. Um but I like I said, I feel like the light is coming at the end of the tunnel. I'm not quite there, but I'm definitely better than I was like 3 or 4 weeks
Yeah.
ago
And
for
you
sure.
have to when are you taking your glucose? You have to take the glucose test early, right?
Oh, yeah, so I have to take glucose twice because I'm old and fat, and
I had to take it twice too, but I had to take it because I had the history of
yeah,
gestational
yeah, yeah.
diabetes. So I took it like 9, 10 weeks and it was horrible. And I almost failed it, which I was like, oh my gosh, if I have to do this diet all 9 months, like I will,
Oh my
but I
god.
didn't. I passed it, thank God.
Yeah.
Actually,
No,
no,
no.
that's a lie. I failed the 1 hour. Then I had to take the 3 hour at like 11 week, like right after. Then I passed that one. And then when I turned 28 weeks, he was like, don't even do the 1 hour because you're going to fail it. Like, just do the 3 hour. And I was
Oh
like,
my god.
okay.
And then you failed it.
And I,
So,
so like, he was
yeah.
right.
Well, hopefully yeah, no, I have to take that soon. So, I'll get all the
They were going to do it right then and
overview.
there when you got your blood
No,
work,
yeah,
right?
that was crazy. I'm like, "Girl, I am not prepared for a glucose test right now." I'm
I
like, "Can
just
I
had a
come back to that?"
bagel.
Yeah, that and I had a nail appointment right after. I'm like, "No." Yeah. So, all that. I feel like, yeah, that's like pretty much it from the update of me that I have been hiding for these last couple of
Yeah.
months now. So
Got
it
it off
actually was
your
like kind of cool we were on the hiatus because like then I could like, come back and be like,
Yeah, I guess
surprise.
all that happened during the hiatus. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
no,
was like right after. Yeah, like a week
literally like
after.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So no, yeah, God willing.
Yeah.
That's
I just
all.
want to
So
say I'm so honored that I was your person. That's what she kept saying. She's
you're
like,
my
You're my
person.
person. My therapist said I need to tell one person, so you're my person." And like I would literally like every time she said that, like I'm her person. One, it's like a lot of pressure to be someone's person, but also it's so honored because I don't think I'm gonna be anyone else's person. Maybe there's one person I can think of, like my best friend from grade school, that I might be her person, but I don't think so. So I'm just so honored that I get to be someone's person.
Oh
That's all.
God, I'm
That's all
so
I wanted to say. Thank you. Thank
just
you
put it
very
on
much.
your resume. I was someone's person.
Literally, I did help you like go down a few spirals though. I
You
think I was
did,
a
you
helpful
did.
person.
So I took like 16 pregnancy tests. Uh,
So that was yeah, that was not good of
that
you.
was one of the spirals you like took me off the ledge of.
Mhm.
Um, and then there was one pregnancy test I took that like looked faded,
It
and
was all yeah, the line was like almost not there. It was like super light.
yeah, so I texted Savannah. I was like, "What the fuck is this? Like, please help." And then she's like,
Well, thank God
"Thank
I
you
was
for
like,
asking. This is a TikTok that shows like you literally were like already prepared. Like
well,
nobody could
thank
have been
God
better than
I
you. You know, like all these random things."
Yeah, because I was psycho crazy and like Googled everything and TikToked everything when I was pregnant. But the thing was, her line was getting faded like the opposite direction of like what it should. So basically, she's so super pregnant that the line was like exploding. Like it
Yeah,
just
so
had
I
no
didn't
more
know
dye.
that tidbit. So
Yeah. So
yeah,
she
because
thought like her pregnancy was going away. But I'm like, no,
yes.
you're so super pregnant. The line just like malfunctioned. And I knew that. And I calmed her down.
And then like the last thing she was like, "And please let that be your last pregnancy test you take." And I
Yeah.
listened.
Yeah.
I listened.
I had to be a little bit of a, yeah, and like throw them away, please.
Yeah. No, I did. Thank you for that.
You're
That's
welcome.
the kind of friendship you need.
The
So,
thing is, I was there too. So
yeah. So, don't take 16 pregnancy tests like I did.
no, and I think what, like you said, waiting till you miss your period, like they always say you need to do that, like to take a test
No,
because
I definitely like highly recommend that. Like do
yeah,
not what you don't know, you don't know, you know?
you know,
That's like the drinking around the world was the perfect last hurrah for me. I didn't know.
yeah.
I only knew when I got home.
No, literally when I was it with Gio or Julian that like I didn't know I was pregnant. I thought I was having a sinus infection because that oh yeah, how has your sinuses been? Because that's like
Terrible.
my first symptom is like
Yeah.
I feel with both pregnancies, I felt like I was having a sinus infection my that and so like I would just chug NyQuil and then I was like, maybe I should take a pregnancy test. And then I'm like, oop, all right, no more
No more
NyQuil.
NyQuil. Yeah. No, I think everybody knows about my addiction to nasal spray.
You mentioned it a few times,
Have I
yeah.
mentioned it? Yeah. No, definitely the nasal spray addiction is back. And I'm back to twice a day too. Like it was
Oh, you
once
were just that night.
I know I was just at night, but now I have to do it when I wake up in the morning too. So, and sometimes like mid-morning, like, or I wait till mid-morning to like get me through the rest of the
Mhm.
It's really so sad. Literally. I'm sorry, it is what it is. Like
You got a bitch has got to breathe.
I value breathing over like being crunchy like that. Sorry, I'm addicted to nasal spray. It is what it is. But can I breathe at night? Yes. Like
Oh yeah, at night,
the pros
like
and cons just the pros just outweigh the cons for me.
I get it. You don't gotta explain yourself.
So
But yeah, we forgot to mention the sinuses because that is the first trimester. Like honestly, it
I
lasts the
didn't have it
whole.
with Jonah.
Oh wow, I had it
I
like
only
on
had
and
it
off
with twins, and now
all
mhm.
9 months. Like it kind of just because then I think at one point you just get so big that like you can't breathe. I don't think it's
Yeah.
sinus related. I think
Yeah.
you're just large and in charge. But
Yeah.
like I remember, I just vividly remember like I took a video of Gio's nursery. Like I was so proud of it. It was already done, so I was like heavily pregnant at that time. And I took a video and I didn't rewatch it, and then I just sent it. You know, like those videos where you're just like showing the room.
Were you like
I sent it to like all the families, and Taylor's like, "You really need to listen to that before you send it." It sounded like
that's so funny. Oh my
held
god.
against my will. Like I was like,
Oh,
so
you
you have
poor
that to look
baby
forward to.
girl. Oh my god, that's so
Like
funny.
out
Oh
of
my
breath from just standing there.
that's fantastic. Oh my god.
So, yeah, you have that to look forward to. So excited.
Yeast.
Have you been out of breath? Because like that also hit me early,
A little bit.
and like peeing a
Like
lot,
slightly, not like crazy.
peeing a lot.
Oh my god.
You have been peeing a lot. Like I already know that because every time
So
I'm with you, you
much.
have to pee. Yeah.
Yeah. Today I peed like 3 times in 15 minutes, and Sam is like, "This is crazy." And I'm like, "I know."
Yeah. In the night, like
I'm
do
also
you hold
drinking
it?
a lot of water, so
Yeah, that's true. Like, because
yeah.
in the night when I'm pregnant, I have to get up like 4 times.
Yeah, I'm at least once a night.
That's not that bad.
Yeah.
And
Once
you have no pelvic pain yet? Because that also my second pregnancy, maybe it was more in the second trimester, but it hit me early.
yeah.
So keep us
No, I
posted
don't
on
have
that.
that yet.
Good. Good.
Yeah. I just feel round. Like for sure. Like there's no sucking in anymore. And this is also the perfect time of year because I'm wearing oversized
Weather,
sweatshirts. Like,
weather.
you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like it's not a big thing
Yeah,
yet.
I was looking back at our TikToks that we posted and like you could not tell at all. You were wearing sweaters.
I
Yeah.
know. Look at me go. You can't see me. So that's, dare I say, that's our show?
Yeah. That's our
Yeah.
show.
I mean, obviously like more things are going to come up, and yeah, you all are on this journey. So buckle up.
Buckle up, baby.
It's going to be a wild ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And
You're
thank you all
in.
for being so supportive. And thank you, Savannah, for being amazing, and all my friends. And I just love everyone, and everyone's so supportive. And yeah, love to all. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, get ready for some more content and more pregnancy things to talk about. And with that, thank you for listening. And if you don't already follow us, please follow us at Scrunchy Moms Club Podcast on TikTok, on Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Scrunchy Moms Club Podcast.
We'll follow us on TikTok for the next few days that it's still here.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll talk about that offline. I don't know if I really anyway. If not, there's Instagram, but
Yeah, for sure.
and I was gonna say, like, drop a review, drop a like, drop, all that stuff. Show us some love.
Yeah, please show us
Spread
some
the
love.
Yeah, spread the good Lord's word.
Words of
And
affirmation are our love language. So like you need to tell us that we're amazing.
Yes. I love being told how amazing I am. But then I get really uncomfortable. But I do
I
like
know,
the
it's like
idea
a
of it.
weird toxic thing, like, I love it, I hate it.
So, love you guys and have a fabulous week. Bye.
Bye.